welcome back to my channel, or if you're new, hi! Okay, first of all, two things. Number one, please read the description of this video. I really highly debated whether I wanted to upload this video, and it didn't really occur to me until after I gave it a little bit more thought. And if you just want to know why I kind of debated on whether I'd be wanting to upload this, please read the description. Second thing, this video I tried to make it a little bit calmer, not really necessarily give it an ASMR vibe, but I did leave a couple nice sounds in. I don't know if it will be annoying during the video, and I'm also not really going to be talking about the DIY too much in terms of how to do it. I mean, I feel like the craft is pretty straightforward, but I'll talk about a little bit here and there. The last video I created an art piece and I kind of talked about sustainability. I kind of talked about what I wanted to talk about. I actually did pretty well considering, so thank you for that. That being said, I'm going to talk about sustainability again. So the reason why I wanted to make this craft is because I actually really like the aesthetic of cotton plants, and I just thought they were really nice looking. I will go a little bit more in depth into why I kind of didn't want to make this video actually, but I feel like this could be a good learning or teaching experience, so there will be more information into the cotton plant and why it was kind of not cool that it just became an aesthetic. However, I wanted to make this because I didn't want to go to a store and buy fake cotton plants, so I decided to make my own. And I figured I would talk about more sustainable crafts and just being more mindful of what kind of art you're making. Fun fact, I didn't know that animals actually eat pine cones. I don't know if I'm stupid for thinking that for whatever reason. I don't know, it never occurred to me. Anyways, a lot of DIYs that make cotton plants call for pine cones, and although I thought it would be a good way to use pine cones, I also thought I already have a couple supplies that I could use to make the brown shell part of the cotton plant. I decided to do that instead, which is why I'm using toilet paper rolls and craft paper, which I already have, and make the little brown shell parts. During this entire DIY, I was trying to be really mindful of what I was using and to make sure that I wasn't being wasteful in the supplies that I decided to use. And it was just even simple things like I already have craft paper because when I send out orders, I just use craft paper, and I had rolls of that already, and it wouldn't hurt me to just use a little bit. And that being said, I also always save packaging from orders that I receive or from whenever I buy things and it just comes wrapped up. I will always save that and reuse it because why not? At the time of me recording the audio for this video, I wanted to mention that the Amazon is also on fire. So please look into that if you haven't looked into that already. You know, a lot of these videos are kind of downers, and it's upsetting, but the state of the world is upsetting, and I've kind of come to terms with that. Even though I'm an artist and I still want to make art, I still feel really guilty with the amount of supplies that I go through, and I feel like secondhand guilt for the companies that are wasting natural resources. It's just all very upsetting when you really get into it, and it makes me really unoptimistic for the future. Okay, so I'm already getting kind of sad. Let's talk about something else. This green wire was going to be thrown out, and I was like, no, so I took it. Another thing is that I have a lot of cotton balls now, and I'm gonna use them because I already have them. I don't go through them as fast anymore because I recently purchased some reusable cotton rounds, which I use to take off my makeup, and I just don't use cotton balls anymore. By the way, if you couldn't already tell, I usually film most of my videos and do most of my voiceovers without a script, and I'm not using a script right now. I'm just thinking and kind of going through what I think I want to talk about. If it seems too scattered, please let me know. I don't think I want to write scripts that much in the future. I will usually do like bullet points and stuff like that, but I've said this a million times, I do YouTube for fun, but if this was way too scattered, like way too scattered, please let me know. By the way, this is a neat trick on how to unroll cotton balls. I actually learned this from Mikey when she did that one video with Christine from Simply Nailogical, and I think everybody knows Mikey is from Glam and Gore. And yes, I do know too many YouTubers because I spend a lot of time on YouTube. Also, if you couldn't tell, I pretty much only made 2 of the cotton balls just in the video, just to explain that you can make a smaller one or a larger one. And it's mostly just because all the ones that I kept seeing in stores were way too big, and I just didn't like them that big. So in July, I thrifted a couple pieces. I was trying not to spend too much money just because I am prepping for a trip at the moment. But I did find a skirt, and it was really, really cute, and I couldn't pass it up, so I got that. And when I got that, it came with the little clothing tag, of course, and it came with a little bit of like a hemp cord, like a little bit of a mini jute cord, and I saved those, because why not? I decided to use that piece of cording to add a little bit more detail to the cotton plant. And if you don't do that and you don't hoard bits of string like me, you can also just pick up some cording, and I have this set aside just because I use it for when I send packages off. This kind of just seems like I'm using all of my shipping stuff. So the main purpose why I decided to make this video and what I wanted to talk about, I can't believe I'm getting into it now because this is almost 10 minutes into the video, but anyways, I wanted to make a video on sustainable art, mostly to bring more attention and awareness, particularly to parents, but not necessarily just to parents, but to anybody who makes crafts or art that are incredibly unsustainable and damaging to the environment. I think as parents and as people in general, and also to companies, it is incredibly irresponsible to continue to make arts and crafts or anything that is directly damaging to the environment. I think it's incredibly irresponsible to do things like, and this is going to offend a lot of people, but make things such as slime, which is essentially something that is never going to biodegrade and is going to go to garbage. And I know that's going to make a lot of people mad. Similarly, I think it's really irresponsible to do things such as releasing balloons into the air and just creating trash. I'm trying not to get too angry right now. But I think it's really, really lazy, really irresponsible, and really misguided. And the fact that these things are still being so glamorized and being so normalized, I think is really bad. It's bad. I actually have a list of crafts that I don't particularly like, and I never recommend anybody to make them because it's not even that I just don't like them, but it's also because they're not very sustainable and they're just not good crafts. But they get popular, they get regurgitated on Pinterest every couple months, and I might talk about that. I still have the list, so I could talk about that. If you're interested, please let me know. Either way, I'll probably make the video anyways. So I feel like that wasn't enough time to really get all of my points across, but hopefully that was enough to maybe bring a little bit more attention to whatever artwork that you are doing or that you decide to do, and just to be a little bit more mindful as to where your supplies are coming from. Maybe save more paper, see if you can use that. Just being a little bit more mindful. So I am done with my cotton plants. I am probably going to use them to decorate a couple vases that I have, and I like how they came out. I think they're cute. I think that they're a very natural looking addition to the bouquets that I like to have out, and hopefully this video was fairly easy to follow if you were watching it for the intentions of making a cotton plant. There are a couple other videos out there. I will link them in the description if you didn't find my video sufficient. I will be leaving for the month of September, so I have a couple videos scheduled. If you would like to watch those, subscribe if you want to. Until then, I will see you in the next video. Bye bye!